So
Your mind's ticking. You want?
I definitely want some interns. Yeah, I definitely want some interns. But I was just thinking about. So how do you, and forgive my ignorance here, but how do you, I guess, how do you find them? Like, and how do you approach the universities and say, hey, okay, you guys have got, you got a marketing stream here. Do you put stuff on social media? How do you find them?
Basically, all of the above. We've had many girls reach out to us, and we don't discriminate. We just haven't had any boys reach out to us. So we've had many girls reach out to us and just say, hey, I've been following your socials. I just graduated. I'm looking for work. In the meantime, I'd love some more experience. We've had that happen about 3 or 4 times. But yes, otherwise we'll approach Deakin and RMIT. Obviously, we've established that relationship now, but we'll say we're looking for an intern to focus on marketing or digital marketing or public relations and creative writing. And then we write a job advert, an intern advertisement. But from the get-go, our ads are quite different and quite reflective of the way Kritz and I like to do business. I actually don't care what your skill set is or what you've
I don't care, but it's not a priority.
It's not a priority. I'd rather know your story, and from a personal level, like, why do you actually want to intern with us? What gets you up in the morning? What skills are you hoping to develop? What are your highest values? And I think because we are so different in that sense of how we seek applicants, the caliber of applicants that apply are really genuinely wanting to contribute to a social enterprise and make a difference. So then when I interview them and then Kritz interviews them, we interview together, it's actually really challenging to pick. And that's why our team grows so quickly, because these people who have approached us are genuinely have their own stories of mental health or disappointments or heartbreak, and genuinely want to get on board to help us grow our social enterprise. So from the minute I send that job ad out, it's all about the values, the story, the person, rather than creating a team of interns to work as slaves for us. That's just not how we view it.
And that's got a bad connotation in the word, I think.
Yeah, and
it's got a slightly bad connotation.
Yeah, I think the fact that we've got interns who hang around for so much longer than necessary is just a testament to the culture we've created and the value that they get from working.
Yeah, we've said because the big sister experience will be huge, and we've always said no matter how big, we will always have an intern program, because the experience that they gain from it and the feedback that we get from all of ours is just why we do what we do. So
yeah.
When you talk about the job ad, does that go up through the uni board, or does this go to the uni?
Yeah, the Deakin notice board or the RMIT notice board.
Courses have an internship. They need to complete X amount of hours in marketing or communications, and it's part of their uni degree, almost like an elective.
Yeah. So
your mind's ticking.
I definitely want some interns. Yeah, I definitely want some interns. But I was just thinking about. I love the fact that you said you don't really care about what they do, because I'm a huge believer of that. I mean, I spent 6 years total, 2 different 3-year stints working in recruitment, and I was a partner in a recruitment business. Like so I feel like I'm, know what I'm talking about there. And to me, I always really rated people mostly on their attitude and their drive and personality, authenticity for me, etc. And it's probably because also I didn't go to uni myself, so I have a bit of this kind of chip on my shoulder to say, hey, you know what, we can succeed and be really successful without needing to go to uni. And people like Gary Vee are great champions for that. So here's my question. I've got my head around the uni thing, but how would you, have you tried any tactics to find those people who haven't gone to uni but maybe still have great skills, great capabilities to offer. We talked about some people approaching through social, but what else have you potentially tried? What's worked? What hasn't worked?
Yeah, well, when we are looking for a new intake of interns, we normally post it on our social media. But at this stage, honestly, the response that we get, we haven't branched out any further than the channels that we have. But we're very open to that. And, there's youth services that we work with through the Big Sister and Experience that we always have the potential to branch into their network as well and try and reach, kids who have just finished high school or dropped out of high school. We're very open to people of all walks of life. In fact, that they would have an incredible story, I'm sure of, everyone has an incredible story. So we're open to everything, but the channels that we're using have brought us such aligned team members that at this point we haven't felt the need to branch out any further.
Yeah, how good. Yeah, it's probably a bit of a word of mouth thing, I suppose, too, because if you have successfully worked with some people and, as you say, you have valued them, you've brought them value, so they're not just a slave that's going to get you coffee or silly things like that, then, whilst maybe they will occasionally, but, it's not like you've got them there for that purpose, then I guess that's
so much our very first intern, we said on our first day, we went out for coffee in the morning, we sort of sat there and we wrote her goals, and we said, what kind of things do you think that, from what you know of the Big Sister Experience, like what kind of things and projects do you think you'll be working on? And she said, going to get you coffee.
It's such an American thing. Like, it's just really just given us such a bad, well, not bad, but
so that
might be like that in some places. But we've even had one of our current interns is a good friend of one of our first interns because she was like, they're amazing, go and intern for them. So like you said, it's that word of mouth, and you treat people kindly, and also it's what they get back. All of them have said, whatever I do for the Big Sister Experience, they instantly see the outcome, or the girl that it's helped, or will get a message to say thank you, and it's that instant feedback. And just such meaningful work.
The word.
Yeah. I know for me, since I've sort of shifted gears to focus on launching Flicks for Good and hopefully through that raising money and awareness for people in need, it's been a really powerful driver. I've been motivated at other times in different jobs for different reasons, but this has put, I guess, a real steadfast kind of component into what I'm doing. And that's really helped me, when it comes to the tough sort of challenging times. And that's that, I guess to segue a little bit to talk about Flicks for Good. So basically I was running a video production business. I ditched my corporate career. I wanted to do something creative. I used to do a lot of creative stuff. And so I was just loving video, film, still do. I've got a script on the wall there I was working on. I was doing all sorts of stuff, and it was kind of just coming together, not to the level that you guys have gotten to where I guess we're really kicking goals and had received grants and been on TV and all that sort of thing. But it was coming along, and it was a big transition. And then COVID came, and I was like, oh, shit. And the thing that has been on my heart the whole time and still is just the stark reality of how many people in the world are now in situations where they potentially, and in Western society where you just didn't think it would happen like this, they would have no job, no money or very little money. In the very beginning, we didn't know there'd be any kind of stimulus or stuff coming through. So it looked like no job, no clients, no money, maybe no food within a very short time frame. 70% of people in the world spend what they earn, and I've done that myself. So I've had jobs where I've earned lots of money and I've spent it all, and I've had jobs where I've made very little money and I've spent that. But, it's so that was on my mind. And I was just, at the same time, I was looking at the entertainment industry and how much money is there. There's currently about $100 billion a year spent on entertainment, and almost half of that already is video streaming. And they predict by 2024 that'll grow to $678.7 billion. And I was like, that's crazy. Because some people say that for $30 billion you could fix world hunger. World hunger. I just can't even comprehend that. So I thought, well, surely there's some way that we could just can't we just tap into that, you know? And so I started thinking about this social enterprise video streaming platform. At first I was thinking small, and then the further I got along, started talking to lots of people around the world, just refining the idea. I just thought, you know what? If I can get the story out there and I can get momentum, I can get people behind it, I think that we could rival the big guys, you know. My model is like an ad-supported model. So basically people just take one on the chin, watch a couple of ads, it's not going to kill you, you know, watch a couple of ads, and then the money from that pays for the content and provides money to give to the causes that people are interested in. So that's kind of the short of that. And if people want to learn more about Flicks for Good, they can go to Flicks for Good, spelled like that, .com.au. and learn a little bit more. But I've sort of, so far, I really need to find the time to put that story out en masse. Like I've been trying to just build, I guess, a little bit of an audience through the shows that I was running. But I needed to really share the Flick story, because most people who've heard it think, yep, that sounds like a pretty good idea. So I'm like, okay, well, let's just try to get it out there. And I think a team of interns is potentially what I need. So, hey, look, we're coming up to the hour mark. I like to try to wrap things up within the hour if I can. Thank you so much for coming on the show and for being my guest for the maiden changeover here onto Changemakers official channel. Changemakers Walk the Talk if people need to find it in a different way. And thanks for bearing through the challenges. Definitely keen to stay in touch and see what you guys are up to. And I really appreciate your thoughts, advice, and what you're doing for all the girls out there. So I'm all about it. Yeah, the Big Sister experience. How good. I love it. Yeah. And what does it have any relevance to the Jimi Hendrix experience?
No.
That's all right. Still good. All right. Thanks, girls. I'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.